It's been more than 150 years since the end of slavery in the U.S., and members of the Black community everywhere take immense pride honoring the liberation. Today is Juneteenth, also known as the National Independence Day for Black Americans. Whether it was post-Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, or present day, Juneteenth celebrations never ceased across the nation. U.S. President Joe Biden signing the annual observance into law, making it an official federal holiday in 2021. Jason Guidola joins us live in studio tonight. And Jason, how are people marking the day?
Well, Nicole, it's still to this day, many Black Americans continue to uncover and recover their family history, including one woman who found some redemption after a horrifying experience as a child. Since being driven out of this property by an angry racist mob 85 years ago, 97-year-old Opal from Texas gets to reclaim her family's home again. The woman known as the grandmother of Juneteenth led a 2.5-mile freedom walk in Fort Worth, Texas today, commemorating the end of slavery and the National Independence Day for millions of Black Americans.
I want people to be aware of what Juneteenth is all about. It means freedom. And I don't mean freedom for Black people and freedom for people in Texas, but freedom for everybody.
The day's origins date back to June 19th, 1865, when the news of Abraham Lincoln's executive order to free slaves in U.S. Confederate states was announced in Galveston, Texas. However, official independence did not stop generations of injustices, from the era's post-Reconstruction and segregation to the civil rights movements into the 20th century. The longest-running African-American holiday spawned many festivities throughout the years, but it was activists like the 97-year-old Lee who marched the streets every year on this day, calling for June 19th to be a national holiday. That became a reality in 2021 when Congress passed the bill and U.S. President Joe Biden signed it into law.
Because life reminds us of our change that we have to keep redeeming the soul of America. Folks, that's what Juneteenth is all about. That's why I awarded the Medal of Freedom to Miss Opal Lee as well, the grandmother of Juneteenth.
Last week, Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris marked the holiday at the White House, where more proclamations were made.
This Juneteenth, we will hold a National Day of Action on Voting. Because while Juneteenth is a day for celebration, it is also a day for dedication, a day to rededicate ourselves to the ongoing and unfinished work of our American experiment.
That American experiment will be put to the test in this year's U.S. presidential election, where major societal concerns are expected to be of topic, including how they impact Black communities across the United States.
There are differences by population in access to education and access to health care and access to insurance and access to the educational tools that you need to be able to use all of those resources. Those are what are driving many of the disparities that we see today.
And just a reminder, Canada does not officially recognize Juneteenth. However, back in 2021, the country designated every August 1st as Emancipation Day, the same day Canada officially ended slavery.